Hello and welcome everybody to episode number 18 of Deliverability.TV. Today we speak about 5 quick wins that you can do in case of spam delivery. What can you do? But first of all, I would like to welcome my friend Anthony Mitchell. Hello Anthony.
Hello there, Florian. Hello, everyone. Good idea for an episode. I think this will be a great guide, little quick wins for anyone that's managing email campaigns. Just the 5 little steps that they could take if they're not getting to inbox, just to help them troubleshoot. Is it actually a general issue or is it specific to the ISP? Florian, over to you.
Step number 1. You need to check whether the issue is just limited to your own mailbox or if other people from the same ISP face the same issue. If this is the case, then you might have a general problem that you should investigate. There might be a reputation issue with your own IP or your own sending domain. But if the problem is just limited to yourself, if others from the same ISP do not see that issue, then it must be the case, or could be the case, that your own open click, spam click, whatever behavior has caused the delivery just for your own mailbox. It's mailbox specific, but not a general deliverability issue. What about step number 2, Anthony?
Point 2. What is the impact on ISPs? So the first part, you've identified which ISP has an issue. Now, is it that the marketing campaign has only an issue with that ISP, or is it on several other ISPs? What I'd do in this situation is check your overall campaign statistics and check the trends of opens and click rates. Now, you can determine the average quite quickly. If there's an ISP that is quite below the average, or in fact, if all of the ISPs are below your average open rate for what you expect, then that could signal that there is an issue.
Thanks, Anthony, for that insight. That's true, of course. So the next step, if you know the scope, if you know what's exactly going wrong, then you need to check if there's additional information. And there's a few sources for that. First of all, you can check the header of your email. So you just show the original message and check whether there's some hints. Sometimes there's a few hints regarding authentication. So if there's SPF or DMARC failing, DMARC problems or anything else. Sometimes ISPs also add spam notification information, something like that. You need to check. That's a header. What else can you do? You can check the postmaster page. So there's a few ISPs providing postmaster pages and giving more insight in what's going wrong with your email, and you can check that. You can see what part of your email the ISP do not like and why there might be a spam categorization behind. So that's the second step you can do. You can analyze, and when you have checked message headers, authentication results, and also sometimes you can check the bounce logs from your MTA. So when you're sending out email and getting a lot of bounces back, sometimes the bounce message tells you not only that you are blocked or rejected because of bad behavior, but also what exactly the bad behavior is. So analyze those details as well. And in combination with what Anthony has just told us, the open rates, so if your numbers are correct and the technical setup could be okay as well, then Anthony, the next step is around content, right? Can you tell us more about that?
Point 4 is to look at your HTML issues, your content issues, and authentication. So first way of doing that actually is there's a freeware tool called mail-tester.com, and that should give you your creative and analysis. Also, it checks your HTML codes, which you can go on W3C website, and you can validate your HTML content and see if there's any issues with the tags, if all the tags are closed and they're in the right syntax and format. So we've looked at that. Also, Mail Tester, there's another element, and you can also use DNSstuff.com, is you can basically check on your authentication. So with the likes of DKIM, SPF and DMARC. So all these things, authentication methods, can help you get to the inbox quicker. In fact, to the inbox period. So I think that leaves us, after you've validated all them points, and if you're missing something, then you should query it. Then it takes us to point 5. If we've done everything we can and we've followed the rules, then you have to contact the ISP, because they should be able to give you more information. And that is point 5.
If nothing of the tips that we just mentioned is helping, then it could make sense to finally contact the postmaster. That's the last opportunity we have. So it's not the first opportunity, it should be the last one. And if you contact the ISP, then you should also mention which kind of investigation you have already done, because this increases the chance that they are listening to you. So please mention what kind of stuff you see, since when it's occurring, what you have tested, what you have seen, what you have tried, what kind of behavior do you want to improve in the future, and so on. And then you have a chance that they are listening and helping you finally come to the inbox again.
Thanks for that, Florian. So in a nutshell, just to summarize, the steps are, first and foremost, is it a mailbox or is it an ISP issue? That's the first point. The next point, what ISPs are impacted? The third point, analyze the bounce messages and the mail header for further hints. Fourth point, look at content issues, HTML issues and missing authentication. And the last but not least, and sometimes the most important, contact the postmaster. But I think it's important to do the first 4 points before you contact the postmaster, as you can imagine, they're bombarded with requests. So thanks for listening. I think that's quite useful. Any tips and tricks that you know that could be added to that, please feel free to comment, or any comments, please comment below. Thanks a lot. Just to say, finding the inbox is a serious matter. Cheers.
Wouldn't